1 week and then maybe not do anything for a bit. Done it casually, really, because there was no pressure. We didn't have to do it.
It's odd when I think of it. You know that obviously the big famous story about Paranoid is they said to you, "We need another song for the album. It needs to be 2.5 minutes, and that's how long you've got to write it."
That's about right. Yeah, they said the others had gone out for something to eat, and I was in the studio on my own, and producer come out and said, "We need another song." I said, "We don't have another song." He said, "Well, can you come up with one?" I said, "Well, what now?" He said, "Yeah, we need a short song. It has to be like 2.5 minutes." Oh, God. So that's how it started. I came up with the idea, and then the others came back. I said to them, "We need another song, and this is it." And they liked it, and we put it down there, and then that was it.
See, I always get... can I just say, I interviewed Ozzy, and I was all excited, and I want him to know I'd been in bands and stuff. I said, "I used to be in a band that did Paranoid," and he said, "Yeah, so did I." So one thing about this album that I find, I don't know, unusual, maybe it's a commonplace now, is that the band are here today.
They are.
And I believe this... Can you stand up if you're in the band? We shouldn't call... They're not really a band, I suppose, but there you go. And at their... inevitably, the drummer is at the back on his own.
Oh, there he is.
But it was done remotely, Tony, so you never gathered together in a room.
We did gather together, yeah. We got.
But this is the first time everyone's been in the same room today.
Yes, but.
Well, did you gather together or did you not?
But we did. You know, we've done it on different times. Like when Carl put his drums down, I was there, and then you want to come over from. We lives in Sweden now. He'd come over, then we'd work at my house with Mike, and then Becky came over and did the bass. So he'd done it like that.
Okay, so you didn't get an email.
It weren't sent off to somebody to do it in.
No, you didn't get an email with a bass line on it. It wasn't like that.
No.
And you wrote all the words and do the vocals, which is I have to say it's a sort of a. It feels you're a Scandinavian man, obviously. It feels like some sort of Nordic saga. It's a big, dynamic album. Do you think?
Well, it's the Viking spirit.
It is the Viking spirit. Yes.
But it's existential and it's real and it's from the heart.
Yeah, it's a mighty sort of melodramatic album, which I really like about it. Like I say, I do love it. I started playing it for work, and now I'm playing it for pleasure.
That's great.
Which is
see?
Which is you see, it's all right. So you haven't had a chance to fall out and hate each other yet. I mean, that's the advantage, isn't it? Oh, you okay? Oh, the producer did. Okay. No. Okay, yeah, but lead singers are always difficult, aren't they?
Especially when we want to do it again, just one more.
Oh yeah, that was him. Can I just do it one more time? No, it's perfect. Yeah, but I can get it better. It had the feel, so we said, no, that's it, you know.
But that's
otherwise, it'd have been there all night.
Well, that's the trouble with doing it over 2 years, though, isn't it? But genuinely, is that not a problem? When someone says you've got to write a song in 2.5 minutes, you are focused.
Yeah.
But now that pressure not being there, is it... I mean, it sounds great, but does it have disadvantages as well?
I don't think so. We had time to live with the tracks, and then when Jorn came over to England, played him the ideas, and then he'd go away and come up with an idea, then come back, and then we might change a riff around what he's done. Might say, oh, I can put a better riff to that. And it went backwards and forwards like that. So yeah. And then Becky came in and made all mistakes and everything. No, I'm only joking.
So, Becky, do you live in Birmingham, or you did live in Birmingham?
I live in Birmingham
You live in Birmingham, and I think you're from Birmingham, Carl. Is that right? Oh, you're there. I'm sorry. You're the drummer. Can you get back over there? Yeah, you're from Birmingham. Okay. Oh well, not really. So. So yeah, that's sort of yeah. No, it's lovely. So that was an actual policy, was it, of a sort of Birmingham connection, if possible?
Well, yes. I mean, it's great that we've been able to do we'll live in Birmingham. Yeah, absolutely. The whole thing is designed around Birmingham as well. The T-shirts have been made in Birmingham. The merchandise has been made in Birmingham.
Brilliant.
You know, so
I love that, because you've also got the freedom of Birmingham, haven't you? Which is actually a bigger thing. Than
whatever that
MBA.
means. Yeah.
No. Well, I've got the freedom of Sandwell. And this is officially, I can drive my sheep down Smethwick High Street. So you should look up what you can.
I know we can do. I know we can take sheep through, but
well, I think of you as quintessentially Birmingham. That means like very.
Yeah, I know.
Is when you lost your fingertips in an industrial injury. Is it true that that's when the horns began?
No.
Oh, okay. But that story is very often told, but to me that is so Birmingham, and people don't seem to realise why. First of all, that you sort of said, "Oh, my fingertips have come off." Right?
They come off all right.
But secondly, you made the actual replacement tips yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I went to different doctors and they said, "No, you might as well give up, you're not going to be able to play." And I said, "Is there anything you can do?" He said, "No, you better get another job, another profession." So, and after I'd seen 2 or 3, I thought, well, so I thought about it, and then I ended up I got a fairy liquid bottle, melted it down.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and I made it into a ball, and then I got a hot soldering iron and made a hole in it, and so it fit over the finger. So then there's a big ball on the end of my finger, and I sat there for weeks just rubbing it down to shape like a finger on both of them. Brilliant. And then I tried to play with it, and it just slipped off. So I had to find a material that would grip the strings like skin. And I tried different things, and I came up with an idea of using leather. So I cut one of my old rocker leather jackets up, and it worked. And the whole jacket now, I've still got a piece about that big.
Still got a bit of jacket?
Yeah.
God, see,
and I still did the
if you was
same.
from West Bromwich, you'd still be wearing it. But that to me, my dad and lots of working class blokes when I was growing up, they were always making stuff. They used so you doing it yourself is, I think, classically West Midlands. My dad used to knit nets so he could catch rabbits and stuff. Not actually in Smethwick, but he used to travel out and get them. And blokes, they were very resilient then. Someone is sitting there thinking, I'll melt a fairy liquid bottle and use a leather jacket, feels absolutely Birmingham.
I had to think about it, what I was going to use. But I've done the same with the guitars. I've done a lot of work myself on the guitars so I could play them. I had to lower the frets and use a lighter string and a lot of different work. I'd always have the guitar in bits, then put it back together again and try someone else's that work. So it's gone on for a while.
You know when people throw guitar picks into the audience?
Do I get them?
Have you ever chucked a bit of finger out?
No, not yet.
That'd be the prize,
Not
wouldn't
yet.
it? Oh man, if I could catch one of them. Look, I'm going to ask. There's a question I want to ask you. I'll come back to the album in a minute. Don't pressure me.
What album?
Yeah. Poor Tony. I saw Kirk Hammett interviewed the other week, the guitarist from Metallica, he spent the first 10 minutes saying that you were the most important person in his musical life and all that stuff. I mean, you know, calling you the riff lord and everything. But then someone said to him, how many guitars have you got? And he looked a bit embarrassed. And then he asked one of the crew and they said, it's 492 now. Oh no, I think that's right. No, 492, yeah. How many have you got, Tony?
Not that many.
Oh, come on.
Oh, heavens, I've probably...
When's the last time you bought one?
I haven't bought one.
That's the joy of it. Nobody gives me free microphones.
I'll get you one.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know how many I've got now. It's probably about 80 or something.
That all?
That's all. Well, Hard Rock's had a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
So they are in a lot of Hard Rocks around the world.
I was in Amsterdam with my family, my son who's here tonight, and there was a Epiphone iommi in a glass case. And this was what it said. I took a photo. We had our photo took with it. And we haven't had it took with him. It's weird, isn't it? It said he used it as a writing tool in his home studio. That's what it said about it.
Well, it probably was.
And I conjure up now, what you talking about the album, of Tony Iommi at home, and the guitars not tucked away in cases, but one on a coffee table, one on a chair, and you sitting, wherever you sit, you know, watching, I don't know, box set of Crossroads.
No, I don't really. I go in the...
But do you play, how often do you play? That's what I want to know. Do you play for pleasure? Would you sit, I've got a recording of you doing, is it Wonderful Life by The Shadows?
Wonderful Land.
A Wonderful Land, but heavier. Sorry, when I must remember when I do air guitar for you, I have to go left-handed. Would you sit and play for pleasure as well? Would you play other people's stuff just for your own joy?
No, I generally, what I do is I'll go in the studio. I might sometimes do a bit in the house, just tinkle around a bit, not a lot. But when we're actually going to do something, I'll go in and then Mike will come over and then we end up talking for 2 hours and then we end up putting some ideas down. So I do it that way, really. I generally don't sit and work things out. You know, certainly solos I don't.
Because, am I right, this album was nearly an instrumentals album?
It started off as the idea of instrumental. We put some acoustic stuff down and some other stuff. And we've done a couple of instrumentals for this perfume that I had out. Go on, make some comment now.
No, I'm not. I think it's lovely you've got your own perfume. I associate metalheads with smelling lovely. To be honest, I was worried that you'd got your own perfume, and then I saw it contained patchouli oil, and I thought, oh, thank God.
Yeah, it does. In the 70s, that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So those were. We've done a couple of instrumentals for the video. We've done a video as well because the owner of the perfume company wanted to do a video. So that's what we did.
But would you ever do an instrumentals album?
Well, we did talk about it.
I mean, I'm not trying to do you out of a job.
Yeah.
But The Shadows, being an example, it seems incredible. They were massively popular and influential with a long string of instrumentals. I can't think of another example.
No, I can't. Funny enough, I texted Hank last night.
Oh, did you? What a life you lead.
I did. No, because he'd asked me if I'd do his... he's doing a documentary and he asked me if I'd be on it.
I texted Bert Whedon.
You want to say it? Did you dig him up?
Anyone who gets that, you're too old to be out. No, sorry, what did Hank say?
He just asked me if I'd do his... well, actually, Brian May first. He spoke to Brian May and then Brian May phoned... He said he wanted to... Hank said he wanted to get me on his documentary. So Brian phoned me and said he wants to, you know, would you have a chat with him? Or so that it went from there, really.
Okay.
And then Hank sent the thing when they're in England to come and do the documentary. That's as far as I know.
But they were massive, weren't they? It seems
They were
incredible.
massive, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely massive.
And you're doing, I saw on Gibson TV, there's a thing called The Godfather of Heavy Metal coming up, which is a sort of mini series about you. Is that right?
It is, yeah. It wasn't my idea.
Who plays you?
Eh?
Who plays you? Entries on a postcard. No. So it's basically people just saying how brilliant you are.
I know it's a bit embarrassing, really.
No, I don't know. I think you've got used to it by now. Is there any possibility, and this is what anyone brings out a new album, this is always likely to be asked, is there any possibility that we could see these numbers performed live?
You may do.
Because nowadays, the trend now, I would say, is, you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to drag it all around the country. But the residency has become a thing that people
It
do.
has, yeah.
Even amongst, the youth, like Harry Styles and Taylor Swift and whatever. So you could set yourself, this would be about the right size. No, but you could
I really opened that one. I fell in for that one.
You could do, the NEC or something for a few. People would, it's Tony Iommi in Birmingham with his new album. It'd be great. Hello?
Hello, I'm listening. I'm wondering what you're going to say next.
No. Is that a possibility?
Well, anything's a possibility.
Well, is it?
You just never know. I mean, it's...
What about West Brom winning the Champions League?
Well, I don't know.
No, but you must have thought, you're being secretive.
No,
Okay.
not at all. No, I mean, it's the way I take life now is whatever comes up and you think that's a good idea, I'll do it. I like to do it, and that's the way I look at it now. I'm not opposed to not doing anything. I like to play.
I mean, you've done some. You're in a Robbie Williams song and video, which I didn't.
Carl's his drummer.
Yeah, yeah, but Carl looks like he should be with Robbie Williams. No, but it's it's a really good single, and I love the guitar in it. It's brilliant. So yeah, and best of all, and I only learnt this today from you letting it slip, that you've actually written a song for the Eurovision Song Contest in the past. Yeah.
Remember that?
I know.
Yeah.
Boom, bang, bang, bang. Do you remember that? It wasn't that. No, tell us the story, Tony.
Well, I've done a lot for Armenia with Ian Gillan. We built a school there for the musicians, and because after the disaster they had there, it was. And Ian and myself went over to Armenia, and Pat Cash, of all people, I don't know why, and they showed us around Armenia, and then we went to this school, which was a tin shed basically, and kids are in there. They got no instruments, like 3-string guitars, and
It was like being back in Aston.
yeah, it was like back again. It was actually.
Yeah.
And then sort of Ian and myself on the flight back, we went, should we, it'd be nice to do something for them. And so what we did, we put a band together. We got John Lord playing the keyboards and
From Purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nico from Iron Maiden, and then and Jason from Metallica. And then we done these couple of tracks for an album, and Ian put some of his tracks in, and that's what we done.
But this makes sense. I understand this. You doing charity work, playing music, that makes sense. You writing a Eurovision Song Contest song is a bigger challenge.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to get.
Yeah,
back
exactly.
To. How that happened was because of doing the school and everything. They contacted me and said, we're in trouble. We don't have a song to represent Armenia. Would you do one? I went, well, I don't do Eurovision Song Contest.
I like the idea someone said, we need a Eurovision entry. Who are you going to call?
Yeah, me. Yeah, the obvious one.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I said, we don't. And then we put a ballad together, and then sent it over, and that was it really. Their local band, or their top band, recorded it. redone it, and that was it. It was in there.
How did
It done better than England.
Oh, did it? Well done. How did it do? Do you remember?
I don't remember how it was.
Did you watch it that year? You must have done.
I did watch it. Well, they wanted me to go, and I said, "Oh, I'm not going to bloody."
No, you don't want to don't disgrace yourself.
No.
But you always come over as quite sensible. When I read about you, like your role in Sabbath as it went on, I think you talk about yourself as almost like a player manager. It was up to you to make sure that everyone was at the rehearsals and it was the sensible. And we get all that, and I think, God, Tony really is like the solid, dependable rock. And then you say, and then there was a time I set Bill Ward on fire.
Well, that's. I mean, we had a little party piece that we used to do, and and Bill was in on it. That was the thing, and we thought, well, we'd do this, and we had a new producer. We had come in, and we thought we'd play him up, and I said to Bill, we're in the control room with the producer, and I said, Bill, can I set you on fire? He went, yeah, okay then. And so
that's the most Birmingham thing
really
I've ever
was.
heard.
And then we got this rubbing alcohol stuff, and I tipped in on him, but I put too
Yeah.